we talked a little bit about the change in the schedule. There's also some interesting changes that will occur. There'll be a pitch clock. The other thing, you can no longer shift, so you can't overload, 3 fielders behind second or between second base and first base. They all have to be aligned properly. That kind of plays into the Guardian style. Chris Antonetti talked about the advantage the shift and Andres Jimenez's defense gives the Guardians.
We think his defense at second base has been a competitive advantage for us under the old rules. And now with the new rules, we really believe that athleticism and range will be prioritized on infield positions, because obviously you can't shift in position players where we would have, or where we did over the last decade or so. So Andres' defense at second base, we believe, will continue to be an advantage for us, and we're excited to see how it will play out this year with the new rules.
Paul, the other thing I would say is the rule changes are changing to the way the Guardians play the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Dave. The two infielders have to stay on either side of second base until the pitch, is delivered. That's going to open up a lot of holes for infield hits. And Dave, they kind of played most of their guys in that lineup, spray the ball all over the field anyways. They did it last year. They go the opposite way. So I don't think, the shift restrictions are going to have a big impact on most of the lineup. But guys like Josh Naylor and Jose Ramirez and Josh Bell, kind of dead pull hitters when they're hitting from the right-hand side. I think that's going to help them a lot. I think it's, you can't have that second baseman playing short right field anymore. So it's got to open up some, it's got to, produce some more hits for them.
The other thing is you better have a second baseman and a shortstop that can field because they're going to have to cover more ground. And that's another advantage. And even, if you look at Gonzalez in right field, Straw in center field, defense is going to be more important because you cannot. The reason you shift is because you don't have the defenders to play defense.
Yeah, you've got Quan, you've got Miles Straw, Quan in left field, Miles Straw in center, both Gold Glove winners last year. Gonzalez is a little better than advertised. He's still learning out there in right field. You've got, Jimenez won a Gold Glove at second base. Beaver won one on the mound. And, Rosario's defense has continued to improve at shortstop. And Jose Ramirez is kind of a Gold Glove finalist every year. He hasn't won one yet, but that's probably the only thing he hasn't won.
When you look at the other change, the pitch clock, it's knocked 23 minutes off of the game times during spring training. It seems like, from all accounts, everybody seems to like it. What have you heard about the pitch clock and the way players are responding to it?
Well, these games are flying by. They flew by in the desert, Dave. I mean, when you ran into like a 2-hour and 40-minute game, it felt like you were at the ballpark all day. It used to be just the opposite, like 2-hour, 40-minute game. That's flying by. But now that pitch clock has changed things, and I think we're going to see some everything was, hunky-dory in spring training. The mistakes were made. The umpires, gave the pitchers and the hitters and the managers a break here and there. They explained the rules. But tonight, Thursday night, it all starts for real here, and the rules are going to be enforced. So I would expect some arguments, some fur to be flying, in the first month or so, but then things will settle down. But there's a lot of little intricate, rules that'll come into play, and people will be watching the game and they'll say, this is not the baseball I grew up with.
But it makes it faster paced, which was the goal of it. And I think you're right. By the first 5-6 weeks, it'll be a little interesting, and then everything will settle down and people will get used to it, like anything that is changed.
Yeah, change. Nobody likes change, especially, baseball traditionalists. The game has been played the same way for 140 years or whatever. But, these are some interesting changes, Dave. Like you said, the pace of play is going to improve. The bases are bigger. There should be more action. The race, more steals, more hits, more offense. And the pitchers kind of, they're going to have to, kind of just hunker down and keep that rhythm going. You're not going to be seeing anybody walking behind the mound. It's just not going to work anymore.